So if you're getting one of these engine lights on a 1.8 first gen Cruze, it's basically saying that your variable valve timing isn't in the correct spot. These are for the intake. The exhaust take side should be similar. So you're going to want to make sure you got good clean oil in there and a new oil filter. You can try adding some seafoam in there, probably 4.5 ounces. Let it run for a week and see if those lights clear up. Do that first before continuing this video and changing any of the solenoid or the sensor. In this video I replaced the solenoid and the sensor first, but that didn't fix my problem. It wasn't until after that I realized my variable valve timing sprockets were bad. The sprocket has a locking mechanism in it that at startup keeps the timing fixed from the sprocket to the camshaft until oil makes its way up the engine. When that lock fails at startup with no oil pressure in the first few seconds, the camshaft rattles back and forth in the sprocket. The next 4 clips are before and after I replace the sprockets, showing the sound difference of bad and good. So if your engine's making this rattling sound on startup, then it's your VVT sprockets that need replacing. I will put a link in the description to another person's video on how to fix. I apologize for not making my own. If you don't hear this sound, continue on to see the next common fixes. I'm going to show you how to change a variable valve timing solenoid today in this 2012 1.8 liter Chevy Cruze. Your intake solenoid is on the back of the engine, your exhaust is on the front. Pull your yellow clip back, you should be able to squeeze and pull this off. On your throttle body, you'll move this metal clip back to remove your positive crankshaft ventilation hose. Rotate your hose up, and then you can push that clip back on so it's ready to put on. We have access down here now. Using a E8 socket with a short adapter, there's a little screw right there. Go ahead and remove that. Make sure you don't lose it. I used a magnet when unscrewing that. Make sure I didn't drop it down there. Just a little tip. Alright, put some rags underneath where you're gonna pull this out. You might get some oil leakage. Got a pair of vice grips. And wiggle it back and forth, put some back pressure, and you'll get her to pop out. Compare the two, make sure they're the same part number. If you're not getting a new one, you could try using some brake fluid cleaner. Clean these little screens out, spray it down, might fix it. I'm just going to put a new one in. You can also test to see if this is good or bad with the ohms reader. Be able to test. It should be between 6.9 and 7.9 ohms. So this one's good. Maybe one of the screens was clogged or something. Alright, so that new one, put a little oil on that O-ring. I'll push in, you'll feel it pop in. Screw that screw in. It'll get snug and just a little tight. Put your clip in, remove your rags. Move your positive crankshaft ventilation hose back down here. Get that all plugged in. Alright, go ahead, fire things up, clear engine codes, drive it for a while. Alright, if that don't fix your engine light, next thing we're going to do is replace this valve timing sensor. Get a flathead. I'm going to take out this clip retainer here, just twist that. I'm going to pull that clip out. Your sensor's in the back for the intake, the front's the exhaust. Alright, once you get that plug out, go ahead and get your E10, unscrew the bolt on the bottom. With a rag underneath, a few wiggles, a pair of vice grips if you need, you should be able to pop that sensor out. We can compare this to our new one. The new one, we're going to put a little oil on that ring, put it back in, screw that screw in just snug. All right, plug her back in, remove your oil rags, clear your engine codes, fire her up, try it again. Make sure it don't leak. GM released a service bulletin you might find interesting, talking about the plastic oil channel within the sprocket. Also to note that I did change both sprockets, timing belt, tensioner, and pulley, along with serpentine belt while I was in there. My serpentine tensioner I should have changed also. It did look worn, but I didn't have the part on hand. All right, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped. Like and subscribe, leave a comment with a question. Thank you.